We begin tonight from Kogi State, north-central Nigeria, where at least 10 communities have been ravaged by flood, leading to loss of many homes and properties. The Kogi State Governor, Yahaya Bello, who said he was happy that no life was lost in the incident, however, appealed to the federal government to help provide the necessary assistance to residents in the affected communities.
More states across the country are being affected by flooding and the devastation it brings. In Kogi State, popularly called the Confluent State due to the combined flow of water from the Benue and Niger rivers through the state's capital, Lokoja. The flooding reported in over 9 communities is more than the state's resources can handle.
You must be alive first before you talk of property. If you're not alive, we cannot talk of property. So please, I want you to quickly leave. And those that has responded, so far we've not recorded any death, in this situation. It's because my agency and my people and the press that are assisting me were able to sensitize them early enough. So we don't want to record any death. So please get out of harm's way, move to a high ground, move to the various IDP camps that we've provided. The little we have, we will always manage it. Don't say this is your ancestral home, you must remain there. You must be alive before you return back to your ancestral home.
Cotton Karfe and Ibaji are some of the worst hit areas. Houses, clinics, churches, mosques, farmland, and even the state high court were spared by the waters. A victim narrates his experience.
We did not expect it to reach this extent. So gradually, as it is continuing increasing, we started packing. Even some of my load now. This, what I'm wearing now, is over 10 days now. I'll be wearing this. Because when it started, we hang some of our loads in the ceiling, in the roof, on the ceiling there presently. Now with this condition, we cannot go there and move down our cloth again. Even some of my children's uniform, they are there. But those of the materials like bed, chairs, and some other heavy things, we have packed them to one of our neighbors here up.
Most of the residents of these affected communities have been moved to neighboring IDP camps, pending when the waters recede. The families here say they are exposed to dangerous reptiles because of the situation of the camp. They also have no access to proper health care.
The life that we are facing here, although we find it difficult, because our wives, they have room managing. While we, the husband, although we don't have places to manage, so we have to go to another place and manage. So we are facing difficulties of how to live, and even many of our food has got destroyed. So we don't have food enough. So we want government to assist us with all those things.
I want government may help me with my picking with money, with food.
The victims can only continue to hope and pray for prompt help from the state and federal governments.
As part of efforts to check the damages and reduce casualty figure arising from the flooding that is witnessed in many states across the country, the National Emergency Management Agency has inaugurated 5 emergency operational centers nationwide. The centers, according to NEMA, is to facilitate prompt search and rescue operations, as well as provide humanitarian support in the 12 worst hit states. The emergency centers include Niger and Kwara states in Center A, Kogi and Edo states in Center B, Benue, Taraba and Adamawa states in Center C. Anambra and Delta states are in Center D, while Rivers and Bayelsa states are in Center E. The emergency response centers will be responsible for planning, organizing, directing, and supervising the deployment of resources with the affected state governments, local authorities, and communities. The centers' operations are to commence immediately, as they are expected to utilize the facilities and personnel of the agency's zonal and operational officers and other critical stakeholders. To politics now, the People's Democratic Party has welcomed the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, back to its fold, describing his return as a courageous response to the party's call on compatriots to rally with it and rescue the nation. The party also describes Honorable Dogara's decision to dump the ruling All Progressives Congress as a patriotic and nationalistic move that demonstrates that he is a statesman who is committed to the progress of the nation. According to a statement by the party's spokesperson, Kola Olobodiyan, The decision of Honorable Dogara and other leaders who left the APC is in tandem with the determination to vote out the APC administration as they collectively rally on the platform of the repositioned PDP. The PDP further states that the return of Honorable Dogara and other leaders who had earlier left the party is a clear testament that the issues that led to their exit in the first place have all been addressed. Leaders of the All Progressives Congress in Benue State have criticized the incumbent governor of the state, Samuel Otom, over an alleged mismanagement of local government finances as well as victimization of the chairmen who have refused to defect to the PDP. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, a former governor of the state, Senator George Akume, also alleges that the recent suspension of 3 local government chairmen in the state for alleged embezzlement of funds is a case of victimization.
In the wake of his defection to the PDP, he had coerced 12 out of the 23 local government chairmen who were elected on the platform of the APC to follow him to PDP. The other 11 local government chairmen who refused to move with him to the PDP have suffered series of victimization by Mr. Governor. On Wednesday, Governor Otom purportedly suspended 3 local government chairmen of Gbadibo, Gwe East and Vanica local government councils. They were accused of gross misconduct and embezzlement of government funds. These allegations were confirmed by the governor's faction of the Benue State House of Assembly. In any case, where is the money for the local government to embezzle when over 99.9% of the allocation meant for the local government council is retained by the Bureau for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs for the personal and political use of the governor and his cronies, his family? At his inaugural, the president said he believes in the autonomy of local governments. He also said what? But he was also interested in monitoring the allocations to local government. Mr. President, you have to start with Benue.
Meanwhile, the state governor, speaking through one of his aides, has described the allegations as false and mischievous. Speaking to journalists in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, a special advisor to the governor on media and ICT, Mr. Tahav Agwezwa, challenged Senator Akume and others, said the senator, to come up with evidence to buttress their allegations.
In the pursuit of transparency, the Otom administration has never spared any official, including those loyal to him, who have any form of indictments hanging on their necks. A special advisor who was indicted by the Pojime Commission was relieved of his duties, even though he was a political ally of the governor. His other colleagues in the State Executive Council accused of criminal acts were also relieved of their appointments and released to face the law. Consequently, they were cleared. In the same vein, the governor shall not cover up local government chairmen whom the State House of Assembly has found wanting in the discharge of their duties. This has nothing to do with their political affiliations. For the avoidance of doubt, Governor Otom does not intend to breach his oath of office by engaging in unwholesome acts. The Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, indeed investigated allegations of the 28 billion diversion of bailout fund against the governor and gave him a clean bill.
It is another instance of political realignment. All Progressives Congress in Bichi Federal Constituency of Kano State received hundreds of supporters who defected from the People's Democratic Party. The new supporters who were received by senior APC officials also declared Mr. Abubakar Bichi as their candidate for the House of Representatives for Bichi constituency come 2019 general elections. Our correspondent Idris Jibrin reports.
Hundreds of young people from Bichi Federal constituency who had earlier declared allegiance to the People's Democratic Party are having a change of heart. They are being received into the fold of the All Progressive Congress by top officials of the party in Bichi. An aspirant for the House of Representatives, Abubakar Bichi, assures the assembled crowd that the Governor Abdullahi Ganduje's administration will ensure a sustainable democracy.
My Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has done extremely well in these 4 years. He has helped people in education, infrastructure, agriculture, and education. And we are supporting General Muhammad Buhari for what he has done in this country.
Leading the defectors is the former state secretary of the PDP, who believes that APC is the party to join.
We are very happy to be in this very occasion where thousands of our former party, the PDP, are defecting to APC. And by God's grace, come 2019, we will assist APC to win elections at all levels.
We are all here to accept the people of PDP Democratic Party. Even the Secretary of the State of the state is here. He's declared himself to be associated with our forum or with our group, so that we should make our APC forward, inshallah.
Party supporters who turned out to receive the defectors expressed hope that the promises made to them will be fulfilled. Idris Jibrin, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, the alleged failure of the federal government to effectively carry along all shareholders is the reason why Nigeria's various security challenges persist, according to the PDP presidential aspirant and former governor of Sokoto State, Alhaji Atahiru Bafarawa. He told Channels Television's Ladia Keridolale on our special program, Roadmap 2019, that the government has displayed a know-it-all attitude when it comes to security.
Time you said you can succeed. Running a government is a collective responsibility. Had it happened that you involve everybody, even the district head, the village head, are all supposed to be involved. These these herdsmen, they are using machines, motorcycle. Where do they get the petrol? They are using AK-47. AK-47. Where do they get it? At least if the village heads, the traditional rulers are involved, I believe the security information will help, so that they have the information, because prevention is better than cure.
For the full interview with Alhaji Bafarawa, do watch Roadmap 2019 on Monday, September 17th, 2018 at 9 p.m. right here on Channels Television.